Hello everyone, this is Planckera, and welcome to my universe. So, unfortunately, I could not quite work out the perspective I wanted to do, so I'm just gonna go with this kind of pose. I still think it looks okay. I might move her paintbrush a little bit, but I think, I don't know. I think even this looks mostly okay. Mostly, I think I just need to figure out what I want to do with the arm, and wait, why am I floating a little bit? Boop. Okay. There we go. We don't need to have my body cut off. I rather like having a lower body, you know? I know you guys never get to see it, but it's there. Anywho, I still just want to try to put a little bit more movement back into things, and yeah, I also just realized that there's some dirt over there. I'm gonna go figure out where that is. I'm assuming that's part of some shenaniganry while I was trying to figure out the perspective on the old post, but there's probably gonna be a little bit of that for a little bit, but it's fine. I'll clear it up as I find it. Anywho. Hello there, Yudgy Kitty. Let's see here. Just gotta kind of decide what I want to do with this arm. What it's doing is okay, but I'm just wondering, do I want it to face more like this direction and be more up here? I don't actually know. Hi. Congrats. I hope it felt nice. Alright. That's really the only part of the pose that I'm not sure if I'm satisfied with. But I think first, looking at the proportions of the body, other than that the foot back here, that this still looks a little bit large. But everything else I think looks pretty alright. So, do I like where the head is? Do I like where the head is? I just always like to double check these things at the very beginning. Just to make sure I'm still satisfied with everything that I drew last time, and I do think the head is just a touch small. And not completely in the right spot. I probably put it in place with the hair on. That sounds like something I do. I also don't think most people would bend their necks like this, but it's fine. This is an illustration, and it is an anime, so I can do what I want. It's fine. Okay, yeah, that seems all right. Now then, let me see if I can kind of make the arm just a little bit nicer. I'm actually wondering if part of it is I need to have this bit of hair below the arm there, so maybe I should be putting that piece of the arm on its own layer again. Past few times I've just been putting that spot. No, I did not mean to edit selection. I meant to cut. There we go. We do not need to edit the selection. It's fine. Oh, shoot. I'm not gonna know where it is. I hate it when I actually look like that. Okay. Let's try that again. So now I should be, make sure I'm gonna go down to the right layer. There we go. Cut selection, not edit selection. This is gonna be arm. I guess forward arm. And I will go put it with the rest of the forward arm pieces. Just everything up here. If I need it to be above the hair, and that will make things look strange for a little bit. I will have to properly cut that out at some point. But, you know, while I'm still kind of figuring things out, I'm just gonna leave it like this and call it good. We will let things look a little bit strange for a little while. It's fine. And this does mean I might need to move the hair around a little bit too. Okay, no. I have to think about this now. If I have her hair whipping around like that, I don't actually think that her shoulder will be in front of it. Okay, I changed my mind. I'm gonna put it back. I'm gonna put it back. Okay. It probably just means I need to move the hair. The nice thing about digital is, you know, I can try something, and if I decide that it is not right, well, it's fine. I just put things back, and all is well. Okay, and I don't think the hand looking extremely awkward is messing with how I'm seeing things right now. It is literally just... I gotta put things where I want them to go. And I think I just prefer a stronger upward angle on this. Yes, very much so, actually. Okay. And that if I'm going to do it at that angle, I will have to show a little bit more of the hand. Where did I put the hand anyway? There it is. Oh, why do I have an airbrush? I don't need no airbrush for this. Okay. And it'll look a little awkward for a while, but that's fine. I don't feel like dealing with the hands right now, especially an extremely foreshortened hand that's probably gonna melt my brain when I try to draw it. So I'll deal with that later. My future self can tackle that. It's okay, I'm not worried. My future self is very smart. She's got this. Okay. Before I move this, gonna hide her hair again, because I'm actually gonna try to construct this properly, as opposed to just put it somewhere and call it good. Almost feels like heresy, but I've been trying to construct things a little bit better. Yes, a better is a good word for it. I've been actually trying to get things properly constructed when I draw now, and it's been going great with faces. I've been drawing them much faster. So I'm hoping to eventually expand that into bodies. And so right now I'm thinking really, really hard about where the shoulder part itself should go. And I do think it is like right up against her neck at this angle. I don't think we're gonna see, or rather the neck area, I think it's just gonna transfer like almost immediately into a shoulder, since her shoulder is gonna be like in front. Maybe I should draw it like this, with a lighter color, just so I can kind of see the shoulder going out in front, and there we go. Then I'll connect it kind of to the armpit area. This still looks pretty awkward, but it's getting there. Gonna have to change the shape of that. But that's okay. I will do that when it suits me. And then I want to figure out kind of the angle of her armpit. So with the way that I have this drawn, I think we're kind of viewing it from mostly head on. Maybe very, very slightly above, but not very much. So I can't even draw an arrow because it's like, it's just gonna be a point. Because we're basically seeing her head on here. So I do believe it'll be something like this. Well, I figure all the things out. Okay, and I have to figure out that part on the shirt now, because... Yes. I gotta. Gotta make that a little bit nicer looking, and I'll try to get some of the twist back here. I'm kind of hoping that as I get better at properly constructing bodies, like actually putting them together well, that I can increase the complexity of the poses that I can do. Because man, am I still a little bit sad that I couldn't quite figure out the pose that I wanted last time. Or initially here, I guess I should say. I'm still a little bit sad about it. But it's okay. I will work on it. So far, I've been doing a lot of work just on constructing heads a little bit more intentionally, and this last one that I've been working on hasn't gone as well as the previous ones. This time, I was a little bit messy about it. But even so, I'm finishing it faster than I would have before I started this practice. So, I'd still say it's going well. And the good news is it means that you'll probably have a new picture to look at either tomorrow or the day after. Depending on how it all shakes out. And how long it takes me to figure out how to... Well, no, I figured everything out. I just have to render it. And because anime girls have like 50 pounds of hair, sometimes it takes me a while to render it all. But my next adventure was actually going to be figuring out how to shade hair faster, but I think I'm going to put body construction a little bit higher up on my list of priorities. Okay, now I can go back to kind of figuring out the armpit area here. What do shoulders do when you lift them up? What do shoulders do when you lift them up? I can't actually picture it here. Let me take a look here, just so I can draw this a little bit more accurately. So this is where I embrace the power of stock photos once more. Okay, I think I got it. I think I got it. I gotta push this shoulder out just a little bit more, so let's put it like right here instead. I am making her look super buff, but don't worry about it. It's fine. Okay, and this actually comes up a little bit higher than I thought it did. I actually imagine that Iofia is probably pretty strong. I think you have to be pretty strong, or at least have really good endurance in order to do anything idol-related. Like, I can't even imagine how difficult it is to sing and dance at the same time. I think it's one of those things that just doesn't sound hard, but when you actually go out and do it, it's like, man. It sounds super exhausting, honestly. One of those things that people probably don't have much appreciation for just how difficult it actually is. That still doesn't seem right. Let me see if I can find one at another angle here. Still mostly getting a lot of extremely buff-looking ladies, but yeah, no, that's fine. Seeing the muscle groups actually kind of helps me, so it's all good. The buff lady is very useful here. This is where I can't emphasize enough that you don't need a reference that's like one-to-one what you're trying to do. Just, correct enough. It's fine. Okay, let me see if I can find a foreshortened one. Kinda. Yeah. Okay. Basically, I'm just trying to figure out where it goes from there, because I think that shoulder's looking okay. But where does it go from the shoulder? And then where does it go from the hand? Do I just move the hand over a little bit? Do I put the hand more like directly on top of her shoulder for this? That implies that the viewer is like over here, so I do not think that's right. I probably actually have to pull it out just a little bit more. Give her arm a little bit more length. This is why I want to get better at proper construction, because, you know, if I can do that, I won't have to ask myself these questions anymore. I'll just construct it, and it'll be great. And it'll all just work out. Is her armpit even going to be visible here? Should I be worrying so much about it? No, she has long sleeves. So I should only construct it insofar as it helps me figure out where to put everything else. That actually did help, though, so it's fine. So it just doesn't really feel like the arm's coming out. So, maybe I draw a little bit of sleeve. Where's my shirt layer? And then I'll just attach this to the rest of her at some point. Where does her sleeve go? Like, just past the elbow, right? Yes, just past the elbow. So probably, like, right there, and then we got a little thing kind of coming out. That maybe, and then it kind of attaches to the arm. Okay, now let's make this ultra round. So it looks more like we're seeing down it. Okay. Yeah, that makes it look a little bit better, I think. I'll just leave it scratchy, it's fine. And then I can, like, add in the cuff of her sleeve, which is, like, poofy and has that little bit of rough texture on it. Not that kind of rough texture, but I was just scribbling. Like, it's not rough, it's just, like, elastic. That's a better way to put it. It's not a rough texture, it's just elastic. So that's where things get tighter around her arm here. So I'll make it wrap strongly. Does that look fine? Man, art is hard. Okay. So how about now? Does it look like the arm is connected to her hand? Not especially, huh? I need to open it a little bit more. Okay, then I make it tighter because this is elastic. Okay, opening it a bit more and making the elastic part, like, narrower, I do think is helping. Let me pull it up just a little bit higher because it should cover her elbow, and then I'll go ahead and connect it to the shirt I drew. Okay. Okay, not bad. Not bad. This arm I still think looks fine. It's not quite attached at the right place, but, you know. That's actually okay for this stage, I think. Okay. Yeah. That looks a little bit better. And I'll go ahead and put the arm just a little bit higher here. Or the hand, the brush. Rotate it just a bit more, and, okay. I think that's as attached as everything needs to be. Let's go ahead and turn her hair back on and see if everything is still in a good spot. I'd say so. I'd say she still looks pretty okay. Alright, in that case... So the two things that I want to make sure that I like today. I want to make sure her face is good. It's not going to be fully rendered, but I still feel like there's something a little bit off in the eyes. And they're like 90% of the way there, so I guess I will go ahead and do that now. I think this eye mostly just needs to be a little bit lower. Go ahead and flip things and make sure I still like it over here. Okay. And then I think that this eye, the far one, just needs to be pushed up just a tad. Okay. And I'll fix up her smile a little bit. These are probably not the colors I will use for it, but I'll at least get everything kind of going. And that honestly looks way better. What did it look like before I did all that? So there versus there. Yep. Small differences, but nonetheless very important. So, the second thing. So the first thing was the face. The second thing. I want to finish off the rest of the composition. So since we're seeing her from a more forward view now, that means I have to kind of change up this paint splash. I'm going to make it a bit bigger. And I want it to look more like we're seeing it from the front now, which means rather than going that way, I need to have another layer. I will make a foreground group. No, I didn't. I wanted it here. Okay. Nope. Buttons! Why have you betrayed me? Okay. So, what I want to do is name my layer first, and then I want it to kind of be splashing over her foot like this. I'll go ahead and, like, just as a temporary measure until I decide to pick colors permanently, I'll go ahead and darken this a little bit, so this way it'll look more shadowed, and then at some point, you know, I'll actually pick colors. But this will show what is in my brain for the time being. So, we're splashing on both ends, and that is not the shape I want, so let's try that again. I kind of want this part of the splash to be more looking like it's coming toward the viewer, so I want shapes like this. That's it. Perspective, man. It's hard. and I'm still kind of terrible at it for all of my love of it. So I'll probably keep this relatively simple. I just want some stuff on top of her foot to make it look like she's in the middle of the splash puddle, as opposed to, I don't know, just miraculously on top of it or something. Okay, that's fine for now. Now then, on her character design, there are, what, 5 colors of paint? We have the pink, the blue, the yellow, the green, and the purple. Am I missing any? No, I don't think so. This may or may not stay blue. I haven't decided yet. So, at the very least, because I have considered this making like a combination of all the colors where I just, you know, do something like this and I put like a bunch of colors in there. But at the very least, I would like to use as many of those colors as possible. Not sure how I'm going to do it yet. So, that is the job for today. Figuring out the composition. Because before I was just, you know, doing a bunch of shenanigans with her pose. But, no, there is still more to do. So, I want a whole bunch of paint splashing around. So we got the big splash here. I might do another little, not like a splash, but like a smear, kind of like what I've got going on here. With this arm, I think that might look pretty cute. So I'll use one of the darker colors for that. Maybe I'll do the green there. And then I'll regret picking neon green for the hand. Oh no! Oh well, it's fine. Alright. Oh, did I not get the color? I don't know, my color picker's been acting weird. Alrighty. So maybe just something like, if she's spinning kinda this way, then what I want to do is smear it like this and have like some big old puddles going that way. Huh. With how light her hair is. See, this is why we gotta explicitly figure out the composition. Because, like, the darker colors are gonna be this purple and this blue. So I'm wondering, do I make this part purple? I don't think I want... Well, it might make sense to make this part green, but her shoes are gonna be, like, the same color. So it makes me not want to use the green here. So maybe this should be blue. I don't know. But yeah, I don't like the way that looks right now. Let me go find... There's like a brush in my head that I know is really great for making stuff look smeared. This guy. So I'll just use this one for now. Mostly, I just stick with some of the default brushes. But, you know... And I probably will switch back. And actually, I don't even like the way this one looks either, so... I was gonna say, I'll probably switch back by the end. But, I just need to get something down. Something that I like the looks of. She's gonna be like the most rainbow superhero ever, and I dig it. That'll just go back into the smear. Okay. Don't know if I like the color choice, but I like the idea so far. And then I want it to be more matching up with her hand at the front. It's gonna get like narrower as we get closer here. Nice and big back there, and let's make the shapes here just a little bit more interesting. Okay. I'll figure out the exact details later, but this is fine for now. All right. So that's 3 of the 5 colors. Now, where do I think the other one should go? I could do something with this foot. I could have it just splashing around her waist. I don't really want to do a big blob in the background, I don't think. So the colors remaining are pink and yellow. There is gonna be, you know, there's actually a lot of pink paint in her hair. So maybe I could have that splashing around in her hair. Okay, I kind of like this idea, so it's mostly in her side ponytail, whereas the tips of her hair, that doesn't look like paint, it just looks like a blue gradient. Okay. So, if I just have it kind of some splashes coming off the side ponytail here. This one I might need to bring behind the big blue splash there. Idea's fun. If maybe I'll put it on the rest of her hair too, just some smaller ones. Like right now this isn't working at all, but that's just because I don't have it drawn super well. That is something that I can fix. Let's see, she's going that way. Or no. Her hair's going that way, but she's going this way. Let's see. So if I was going to have some paint on this part of her hair, where should I have it fly? Spinning that way. Well, I guess I have it follow the hair. Let's make this group better. Do I like this? I think the idea is solid. Once I make that look better, I think it'll be pretty good. Maybe I'll put some on her bangs too. Well, we're just gonna have paint everywhere. It's all good. Paint everywhere all the time. We're getting messy. Let's go. Okay, now I just have to figure out a spot for the yellow. Let's see here. So I still got the back foot. I could just put some around her waist just cuz. I think I like the pink on her face because it contrasts really well with her eyes. So that tells me that this one should not be purple. This one should probably also not be purple. But I could get behind this being blue or yellow. I could get this behind... Get behind this being something else. I get the feeling I'm going to be messing with which color goes where a lot. It's fine. Let me go grab the yellow color and I'll scribble something somewhere. Okay. I'm also mess with what I have for the blue a little bit here. So I have the big paint streak going around, but you know, I think I could make this a little bit more fun. And I'm gonna have this go around her a few times. We're gonna send this on her backside here, and then I come back over here and connect it back here, and it goes around her waist, I guess. And then I go back down to the bottom, and we'll end it like, I don't know, back here, I guess. I'm gonna need to mess with the widths there, but I think I like this. It's very spinny. I do like making things very spinny. Being round is great. And kind of similarly, I think that a lot of this will look good once I actually go through and really make that round. Let's go mess with that a little bit more, actually. It's mostly these ones. Like, this one, I think it's okay. This is starting to look pretty round, right? Like, there's some definite roundness quality to this one and what I put on the bangs and stuff. So, let's see, she's going that way. So that means the paint. This is where I don't know what happens to liquid when it spins, so I'm just kind of making it up. I'm just trying to picture it in my head. If you pull on some water, or, you know, some viscous liquid, what does it do? I'm trying to pull on it in my mind's eye. Yeah, I think I have it going the right way with the thicker side on this side. I don't know, maybe I should just make her back hair spin a little bit. But do I have a separate layer for back hair? I do. Okay. Hello, back hair. We're doing things with you right now. We're gonna make you super awesome and super flippy. Are you ready? This is actually side hair, but, you know, close enough. Let's make it a little bit longer. Okay, I'm gonna position it relative to this, and then I'm gonna rotate them both together in order to get the proper amount of spinning. And I'll reattach her side ponytail in just a second. Let me get this spinning the way that I want first. And I get the feeling this is gonna need a little bit of liquefy in order to work. But that is another thing that is okay. The liquefy tool is great. And I am glad that I have it. All right. Incidentally, I have mentioned that, you know, avoiding this kind of shenanigan is where thumbnailing is helpful. It is. I don't always do it. In fact, I'd go as far as to say I don't normally do it. But if you're really looking to do specific things, and you're just trying to find the best way to express whatever idea it is that you want to express, thumbnails actually kind of invaluable for that. But for this, I just kind of wanted to jump in. Maybe for the next one, I'll actually do a bit of thumbnails and show how that process works. I'm just not super great at thumbnailing. I tend to get an idea and just want to roll with it, and it kind of invalidates a lot of my thumbnailing. Let's put a little bit over here, too. She's spinning around after all, so there's probably bits of paint residue just everywhere. Okay. Yeah, I think that looks pretty cool. I think that's doing what I want it to do now, so now I can go back to figuring out where I'm gonna put the yellow. Where am I gonna put the yellow? Oh, man. Like I said, I mean, I guess I could potentially put something around her leg here. Her lower body definitely doesn't have as much, but I think it's kind of better that way. I don't really want to draw a lot of attention to her lower body, just her face. So I think it makes more sense to have a bunch of stuff going on up there. It makes it a little bit more interesting. I don't know, do I do something more with the paintbrush? No, I don't think so. It would be nice to use the last color. I don't know, do I just put a blotch somewhere? Just blob. Let it act as kind of a background. I don't think I like it. I do think I want to make this yellow though, so I will be figuring out what to do with the green instead. Yeah, that doesn't draw very much attention to itself, so I dig it. Alright. But yeah, just blobbing in the back, not so good, right? It's not terrible, I guess, but... I'll also have to decide if I want to make this image transparent, which I probably do. Basically, what I'm asking myself there is, do I get rid of this and just, you know, leave it like this, all transparent with no particular background? Or do I paint a background for her? And I think I probably just want to leave it transparent. So maybe it does make sense to do a big old blotch. Let me try to imitate the paint splatter on her a little bit better. So we'd have a round area kind of in the middle. And then just big ol' blotches going out everywhere. So definitely need to be at the bottom if I do it like this. I can see it, but the green is the wrong color for this. So maybe I use the blue and the green becomes the main spiral. So now I'm very much just gonna figure out the colors here. That looks a little better. I don't think I want the green to be down there is the thing. I love the pink there. The yellow can still go just about anywhere. Does the yellow look better as the main streak here? Maybe? Is it really that dark? Yeah, it kind of is, isn't it? No, I think it might just be in shadow. Let me try to pick a better color here. Because this feels way too dark for the color that is actually showing up on her. Okay, there we go. That's a little better. I picked it from the badge instead, because when I looked at it, it looked like the paint... the yellow paint blotch on her was in shadow, and it looked like it was supposed to be about the same color as the badge. So I figured that I could pick like that, and indeed, it worked out. Oops. I just meant to do that. By doing it like this, I'm not actually sure having that paint smear by her hand makes any sense. Yeah, it actually doesn't really look super great anymore. I do like this being yellow, though. I think that works well. Put the bright colors in the front and the darker colors in the back. That makes sense. But now I have to figure out what to do with the green. What do I do with you? A wily little green color. I'm gonna stretch this out just a little bit here. If I'm going transparent background. The idea will be to just delete this gray layer at some point. So, I mean, as it is, I think that this is probably fine. But the gray layer sometimes helps me see, and also means I don't have to deal with the busy checkerboard background distracting me, so it'll stay for now. But by the end, I do plan on deleting it. I didn't have to worry about this with Yuyuko because I put her in a circle. But with this one, I'm not doing that. So the checkerboard pattern would start to blend in with the composition, and I don't need that. That would make my life harder than necessary. And while I do have a tendency to make my life a little bit hard, I like to avoid it where I can. So let's see, what can I do to make it more look like she's dancing with paint? That does suggest something with leg. So, I don't know, maybe I do just... sploosh around her legs. Okay, those shapes are terrible. But the idea is not bad. The problem is just that her shoes are green. And I'm gonna make them this color, like the exact same color nearly, when the time comes. And I actually do explicitly want to figure out where to put green, because I really like the location of at least these three colors. I could see the purple and the blue being switched. that's about it. And I think I'd rather have the blue up there because her eyes are purple. Yes. So I'm actually going to go as far as to say these 3 colors are locked in. So I am just explicitly looking for somewhere to put the green. Oh boy. There is just paint everywhere already. So I don't know, maybe I just... We keep it more subtle? No, I still don't like it. We let her splash around this heel too? I really dislike it. Do we let it... If I send it to the foreground and let it spin around her leg here? No, I don't think so. It's messing with the energy. I don't really want to do anything with this hand anymore, otherwise I might, you know, do something like that. But I think if I added a second splash here, it would look weird with the big blue splash in the background, so it would need to be on her. Do I send it around her waist again? Just like a second color around her waist? No, I don't think so. I just do not have a good place to put you. I do not. Okay, in that case, maybe instead of one big blob for this, I do 2 little blobs. And then we have a blobbing out here. That shape is bad, but I think the idea works. We do some blobbing. I have like another big smear out there. Okay, yeah, I can get behind that. This works. I just need to find the right... blob ratio. How to blob. Very important. And then around her feet, we can keep the blue color, since that's going to... Since her shoes are green. I can tell that I'm reaching the edge of the canvas, and it's making it look weird, so let me try to blob this a little bit better. As always, I will perfect the shape later, but I want to get it good enough. Hello there, Art! Okay, works for me. Okay. It's a lot of that. Super temporary, but I think it's looking pretty alright. I want to make her a little bit bigger on the screen, though. So let's see, just gotta fit her on here now. And then I will adjust all of my paint accordingly. Let's see here. We got a splash. needs to go a little bit lower now. Yes. We are making a mess. It's okay. I wouldn't have it any other way. Okay, I'm gonna put this around her waist properly first, and then I am going to push this over to the side just a little. Try to keep it nice and round as it was before. Okay. And now I just gotta figure out how I'm gonna handle the arm with things like this. Okay, maybe I just need to push her a little bit to the left. Yes. Just had to push her a little bit to the left. Yeah. It just takes a little bit. Just gotta figure things out. I mentioned that this is where thumbnailing might have helped me to get my ideas down a little bit more quickly, but I don't know, man. Sometimes I just like to jump in and see what happens. Especially when the idea I have is really vague, and I just try out some things. It's not efficient, but it is fun. I just feel obligated to mention thumbnailing because it's a good idea, even if I don't always do it. But there we go. I think this works compositionally mostly, especially since her legs will be, or the color on her legs will be, you know, going up here. Because she's wearing overalls. I just haven't drawn them yet. Okay. But yeah, I think once I actually shade this, it should look pretty good. I might give myself a little bit more height, just so I have a little bit more room for this purple splash. But I think I want to start getting other things down first. I would like to have her character design, like, all worked out. Okay. I am a mirror it. And take a look at proportions. I think they are correct enough. At the very least, it's not super bothering me anywhere. So let's see here. Ah, yes. Okay, so this is where I have to start kinda redoing a lot of the things that I had before, and I just destroyed somewhat. Anyway, I will call you back thigh, back calf, and back foot. So now I'm going to organize my layers a little bit since I have things roughly the way I like them. Back, leg. Okay. Okay, so let's see. Next, I'll keep that layer, but I'm going to keep it hidden for now. I'll keep that layer, but it's going to be hidden. Yes, all of these are useful. My head is kind of covering my layers. I apologize for that. I need a second to organize them because I was flailing so much last stream. I guess I'll go ahead and make this a proper color. Let's see, she just has hands, right? Yeah, and there's gonna be a bracelet on there too. I'll go ahead and draw that. I don't have a shadow color for the pink yet. No, this is not the same pink. This is a much paler pink. Okay. Let's grab that color. I don't have a shadow color for it yet, but once I do, this will be in shadow, but let's just get it down for now. Okay. Now then, how do I want to organize the rest of this? I think I do like the idea of the overalls just being on top here. Fortunately, I cannot use that strap anymore, so I'm just going to clear it. And then, where do I currently have? So this is going to be a leg. I guess I'll just call you leg. And all right, I think I have the colors everywhere, so I'm going to go ahead and change this to her skin tone, which is going to be these two colors. I have most of it in shadow, so I'll still keep it like that. Yeah, this is the light part. There we go. Now I will actually draw the overalls proper. Do I have the later on? I do. Excellent. So, on this side, this is the side with the shorter leg. So it'll go to, like, just above her knee. Okay, and I need to get rid of my foreground for now. I'll worry about colorization and stuff later. Just gonna block in some colors for now. And the little front part of them goes kind of around her belly area, so probably like here. Mostly stays on her front side. So shape kind of like this, and then there's a strap coming out here. I'm not going to worry about all the buckles and stuff. I'm just going to get this down. And then I do have a layer explicitly for the backside already. There we go. Let's make that strap just a little bit thicker here. And in fact, I'm going to hide her hair for a moment. She needs to be bald again for the sake of art. It's fine. I will give her her hair back momentarily. But I want to make sure that I have the strap wrapping around her chest properly. Okay. I'll put the hair back. And then I have another layer for details. So let's go ahead and... I'm not going to draw the seams and stuff yet, but I will draw the pocket. The pocket's pretty big and important, so it just kind of does this. And then inside of this, there's some paint. And I will draw that later. Okay, we only see about half of it. That's at this angle. So I think that's perfect. And then I will... Oops. I want to make sure I'm drawing on the right layer. Very important. Okay. And then it kind of wraps around her like this. The back is shorter than the front. And then we don't really need to worry about this part of the leg at all. It's all going to be covered in the paint splash, so I'm just going to pretend it is not a thing. Okay. Now, Gotta hide the hair again, and I'm going to kind of get the collar of her shirt right. I do not think it's going to be super relevant, but nonetheless, I kind of want to do a quick and dirty sketch of it, at the very least. Just, you know, make sure that it's all looking good. And it kind of hangs off her shoulder, which is going to be covered over there, so I think that this is all correct. Before I turn her hair back on, let's go ahead and get the little kind of palette that's on there drawn. I'm just going to leave it black, just because it's convenient, and I will fix the colors later. Okay. I lied. I'm gonna fix the color now. I don't think I'm gonna put all the little paint colors and stuff on it right now, but I would like to get just the base color down, and in fact, it looks like it's supposed to be about the same color as the yellow. The yellow paint on her other parts of her body here. No, I lied. It's darker, it's more brown. This yellow's too bright. Yep, there we go. Okay, I'm gonna leave it there. I will add the other paint colors back in later. Turn my foreground back on. Alright. So before I get her shoes, I think I would like to finish up the overalls on the back there. So, I think this kind of needs its own thing. So on this side, they're longer and they cover her knee, fortunately. So I can just... I can just do this and it will be correct. Okay. Foreground needs to go again. And then she has a part of her overalls rolled up. The legs of them. So I would like that detail in. I think I will put that on the details layer. So it's kind of like... Oh, right. I need to paste the color. It's kind of like this. And it's very cute. And I'll worry about the shading later. It's not really important right now. I think that's a little bit too big. And I want to make sure that it looks like it's wrapping around her leg properly and all that. There we go. Perfect. I'm gonna kind of perfect the shape of her leg a little bit here. I think it's a little bit too thick. Got some residue of the old pose that I wanted to do. Still a little bit sad I couldn't quite pull that off, but it's okay. I will practice. Someday, man. Someday we're gonna do some weird perspective and it will be fantastic. Huh, what are you then? Did I just somehow miss a spot when I was doing all that? No way, right? Yeah. So, if it's not this layer that has it, what are you? Okay, I appear to have a mystery. Let me go ahead and hide her back leg for a second. Yeah, there's like an extra piece somewhere here, but I don't know where it is. Okay, it's on the shirt layer, it looks like. Okay, just some residue of the leg layer. There we go. In fact, while we're here, let's get rid of some of the extra there, and I will just use the overalls to shape this. But there we go, a little bit of extra dirt from all the flailing that I did last time. But now it is clean. Honestly, when I flail that hard, a little bit of dirt is kind of... A little bit of pixel dirt is kind of inevitable. I'm just gonna have some stuff that I have to clean up at some point. Alright. But now it is cleaned. And all is well. So I'll just go ahead and kind of fix up her thigh here. I'm trying to think about how it connects to her hips exactly, but I am not actually quite sure. That seems alright. Do her legs seem connected to her and also long enough? I think so. I think so. I think they look like they are indeed part of her body. Okay, and then for the other leg, where it rolls up, I think I can just get away with that little thing that I drew before in the dark color. I think if I just make it this light color, it'll be right. I don't think I have to do any more than that. So that is fine. Okay. Foreground off again. Let's put on some shoes. Okay, let me find a good color. I think right there is perfect. So, I will start by coloring this one. And I'm not gonna worry too hard about the shoe on this leg. I just want it to, like, exist. It's just in case a little bit of it pokes through. But I actually suspect that it's all gonna be covered by purple paint. But I want to know where it is, just in case I'm wrong. So it's gonna do... Foot's gonna be turned this way still. Gotta be doing a thing like this. And it doesn't really go past her ankles or anything, and that honestly sufficient until proven otherwise. This one I need to care a little bit more about though, so let's put the foreground back on. Ah, and what do you know? It does kind of poke through a little bit. Okay, in that case, I will pay a little bit more attention. Okay. So it kind of goes down and then up around the ankle here. And I'm going to want the toes to kind of point upward. Well, the idea is for her heel, rather, not her hail. Her heel to be slamming into the ground there. So, like, that is a little bit unnatural. It's fine. I will roll her toes up like this. I'm going to give a little indication of where the heel of her foot is. Her shoes are not actually shaped like this, but it will help me, so that's what matters. Okay. And indeed, we still see the top there. Okay. And that is the only part we see. In which case, I need another layer. I will call it shoe details, because I don't want it to be on the shoe base. It's probably fine if I do, but I find it a little bit easier to render if I do it like this. Because then I don't have to, I can lock transparency and I don't have to worry about coloring outside the lines. So I will just do it like this. So we have... Oh, is it actually just straight up white? It is, okay. So a lot of the details on her shoe are just perfectly white. I am surprised. Okay. So the tongue kind of does a thing like this. It's pretty big. And very round. I approve. I, too, enjoy very round things. Okay, and then there's a little green spot just kind of on the side there. I'll go ahead and draw it on that layer. It's fine. Okay. And then we got a little white spot kind of lining the edge, which makes me think I put that just a little bit too low. So it kind of does that, and then on the back... On the back, yeah, it kind of rolls up to the top and then kind of comes down. Okay, and that is sufficient detail for now, I think. Yeah, I can see it. So that'll get properly detailed at some point. This is going to be the one that's a little bit harder. I think her toes are a little bit long. She has really small feet. So there we go. How do I want this to kind of rotate? Yeah, at this point I kind of do have to get all of the color details down. So here we're mostly seeing the top of her foot, but we do see a little bit of like this side. Let me go ahead and pick a shadow color here. I think I would like to do that now. That's a little bit too strong. Switch to soft light. Okay, so now I should be able to put in shadows where I think the side of her foot is going. There we go. And that'll help me picture it in 3 dimensions. Now I can say this is the top of her foot, this is the side of her foot, and I can draw this accordingly. Let me look at her character sheet again. I'm gonna have to foreshorten some of the shoe details, unfortunately. I cannot escape the weird perspective. I cannot. Okay. That's fine for now, so I'll go ahead and start putting some of the other smaller details on, like the sole of her shoe is just white. Then we have the large tongue. Oh man, that means I can't just lock transparency. I'll do it on another layer for now, it's fine. Here we mostly see the top of it, so I kind of have to pull shenanigans and draw it like that? Question mark? Fine for now. I think that's fine for now. Okay, and then the very top, once again. Going around like this. And there's a little spot that comes down the back. And then we got some white on the toes here. Okay, and then her shoelaces are pink. And there's also a little pink spot right on the bottom of her toe, but I don't think we see it. So the only pink I have to draw is on the shoelaces, I believe. And then there are some more little white details on the side, but actually, I really should draw those first. I was gonna say, I kind of want to draw the shoelaces first, but no, I should definitely draw the white parts first. Because the shoelaces attach to that. Let's see, where do they go in? They kinda do sneaker things like that. Okay, and then some little lines on the side here. I think I'm actually going to draw the shoelaces on another layer. Also, I gotta say, drawing this for myself, I think people don't respect just how much detail is actually in Iofif's character design. I've heard some people say that they think that her model is kind of basic, but I don't agree. I think it's extremely cute. And the person that designed it did a really good job. Like, seriously. It's so simple. And it looks... I mean, the design, especially compared to a lot of VTuber designs, is so simple. But there's so much to it, and it is extremely cute. So I definitely do not agree with the people that like to claim that her design is too simple and basic. I think it's great. Super cute. Okay, something like that, and I will draw the bow knot later. That is good enough for now. I think it's a little small, actually. Let me... Like, she's got tiny, fairly small feet, but that was maybe a little excessively small. Okay, that should be good for now. Okay, so I think the next detail that has to come in... I think I'm gonna do that little strap on her thigh. I have a layer for it. It got all the way down there somehow. I'm not gonna ask questions. Okay, and I think in order to draw this properly, I gotta shape her legs a little bit more. Gotta really get them the right width. Because she has extremely skinny legs. Like, really skinny legs. Even this is probably a little bit too thick, honestly. But, yeah. Super duper skinny legs. And I think I will trim her legs while I'm at it. Get rid of some of the excess that's peeking through there. Let's go ahead and just kind of clean this up in general. Give her some nice calves. Like I said before, in order to be able to sing and dance at the same time and do all the choreography that they all do, you gotta be super in shape. So, I think she's probably pretty strong. I will draw that accordingly. Okay, that doesn't look like it's twisting her ankle too badly. I might have to fix it up a little bit later, but that is fine for now. I'm still not sure about this leg. Let's see, are you connected at the hip? No, I think her hip's a little bit lower. And I also think that I want to twist her shoe differently. I can see why I had it like that, though. There is like a shenanigan in this angle. I just needed a little bit more to the side, like if I took the detail layers and just did a quick liquefy right here and then made you more side shadow color here, I guess. Is that a little better? I think that's a little better. I think that's a little bit better. I want to sculpt the back just a little too. Okay. There we go. Foot doesn't feel quite as awkward. Thigh still kind of does, though. Let's see, where are you supposed to be? You look better, more tucked in. I think so. Yeah, I think so. We'll tuck this in just a little bit more, and I will have to put more shadow color in there. That's fine. I'll just move this around until it looks right, I guess. Sometimes it is indeed just like that. I know vaguely where it goes, but sometimes to find the right spot, I gotta poke it a little. Gotta poke it just a little. I don't think... Let's see, is... where... her legs kind of join, just too low or something. Maybe, let me find appropriate reference here. Let's see if I can find a good one here. Looks like I'm getting exercise stock photos, which is close enough. I am always amazed at what you can find in stock photo form. You can find anything, man. Stock photos are funny. Yes. So, does this need to come lower? That is my question right now. I don't think I want it to be any lower than this, though. I don't think I do. So, let me see, once again, if I can find appropriate photo reference for what I'm trying to do. And for this one, I definitely want photo reference. Man, I keep finding people with just straight-on angles, which isn't quite what I need. I need something a little bit more on the side. I might get up and go use my mirror for a moment here. Because I have a big standing mirror right behind me. And using my own body is very, very useful for this kind of thing. Because then I can just make the exact pose. Sometimes I even like take a picture with my phone or something. And then I can just look at that and I can like do the exact pose. Or at least do the best of my athletic ability. I may not be able to balance on one foot well enough. Especially since I'm not actually sure if this pose is physically possible. I'm pretty sure most people would just, like, fall down. No, that's too big. Okay, I'm gonna go check my mirror so you can watch... You can see the kind of funny poses my model makes when when it loses tracking. Let me see here. I'm gonna add some text. One moment, please. We have text and... Okay, and I'm just gonna call us... Let's see here. Okay. Checking the pose in the mirror. I will be right back. Give me just a moment. Can I put a stroke on this so you can actually read it? Outline. Yes, please. Okay. I will be right back. One moment, please. Alright, glad I did that. It answered all my questions. Let me go pull my microphone back here. Alright. Good news. I'm doing it right. All is well. It's like my legs are not quite this skinny, but it's all good. I am doing it right, and that's what matters. But it's very nice to confirm. So this way, you know, I won't just be looking at it just like, man, is the leg supposed to go down that low? Do I have this right? And now I just know that, yes, all is well. All is well, and I can just draw it like this. Let's get rid of some tummy around here. Overall details should... Oh, I can't. I was gonna say overall details should probably clip to the original layer, but no, this part's supposed to come off. So I'll just shave this off as necessary. Okay, this part needs to kind of hang out. Hang on open. And that is exactly why we have this back part for the overalls. Where did I put that anyway? Where did I put that? Okay, here we are. So this way it looks like it's kind of hanging open away from her body a little bit, and it's not just like skin tight against her. It should make things look a little bit more spinny in the end, once I get it all correct. Okay. Give her a little bit less tummy here. Okay, and it looks like I need some more shadow on my thigh layer here. There's just some spots I missed. That's fine. I'll just go add that real quick, and now I can go back to shaping this the way I want. I want it to be a little bit tighter. Going down her leg like that. Okay. Now then, I'm gonna shave off the parts of the leg that are sticking through where they shouldn't. I do think I'm getting pretty close to the size of her leg here. Legs might be a little bit long. I think it's more that her torso is a little bit short. Let's fix that while I'm here. That'll be shirt area. Shirt and hips. Where's my hips layer? Oh, I have the shoe selected still? I don't want to change the size of the shoe, just the shirt. Wait. Why is the shoe being changed? Is the shoe in the shirt for some reason? Sure is! Let's not. Let's kick that out of the group there. They do not belong in that group. And actually, I think I'm gonna leave the sleeve locked. I don't think I want to adjust that very much. I think I need to hide the hair again so I can see what I'm doing. Okay, we're gonna detach her body from her head for a moment. Don't worry about it. It'll be fine. The anime girl will be okay. I will fix it. But first, I want to get everything else good. Okay, reattach her backside here. Okay, and then I would like to tuck this part up here, because I don't really need her to be that much thicker. Okay, reattach her back arm. Once I find it, there it is. It's like up here. Okay, let's send it down a little bit more, actually. There we go. Okay, and now I can reattach her head. Okay, and I'm actually going to put the hair splash up with the rest of the head because I want it to move relative to her hair. So it makes sense to group them together. Okay. We good? Does her torso no longer feel short? Definitely feels a little bit better like that. I'm probably going to need to hide some things to confirm the exact details. So I guess I will do that real quick. Let's get rid of some of the paint. I will need to adjust the sleeve again and make sure that is actually like on her arm. That's pretty important. Having your body parts be actually attached to you. Preferable to the alternative, where they're not. The neck is no longer in the right place, but I can fix that. Look, I'll move it over. Okie dokie. Okay, and then I will just clean up some stuff. Reattach her arm to her body. And all the other various things I gotta do because I had the audacity to fix proportions. Alright, where is the overalls? I'm gonna prune some of these layers. I'm not using the neck layer anymore. And just because there are a lot of them. Okay, I think that's probably the main thing. But hopefully this way I will spend less time scrolling and trying to find which layer I'm trying to adjust. Okay. Then, shirt. Let's reattach her arm to the rest of her body. Seems kind of important. Okay. And does that look a little bit better? Yes, but once again, I need to kind of push her back out. Which also means I need to change the angle that this comes up her body on. Perfect. So much better. And what do I got here? I'm not quite sure if this arm is attached properly yet, but I think this is fine for now. I know the foreshortened arm is just going to be something I have to poke a lot with at some point, but her torso does look a little bit more proportionate now. Push her head just a little bit higher here. Okay, I think I want to do a little bit more on the torso there. Just a little bit more stretching. See, just a little bit. That wasn't that much at all. Okay, and then I didn't like the way that this shoulder was like clipping upward, so I wanted to go ahead and round that out. Get it to be a little bit more shoulder-like. Now I'll give her her hair back again, and I think that's good. I guess I need to move the hand up a little bit. But I actually kind of dig it there, actually, so... Okay. Yeah, I think what was throwing me off is that her overalls are shorter than I would ordinarily picture them. Because normally when I see overalls, they like go up to your chest. But here, they just kind of go up to her waist. So they're a lot shorter than I would normally expect. But honestly, I think it looks pretty cute, so it's fine. Okay. That, and I was doing a bunch of flailing yesterday, which probably made her torso a little bit shorter than it should have been. Now I'm looking at it and I'm like, oh no, did I make it too long? Did I make it too long? No, I think we're good. Just gotta push the collar of her shirt into the right place, and at some point I'll probably have to fix her neck, but I think it's not completely covered by hair, so... Okay, I'm definitely not going to want to do any rendering or anything until I confirm that I am satisfied with the proportions here. Let me take another look and see where her backside comes up. 'Cause I think that this might be a little bit too low. Or the backside of her overalls comes up, rather. But yes, I'm not going to want to do any serious rendering anytime soon. Always got to confirm that the proportions are correct and that everything is in its place before I start doing anything even close to that, because, man, if I start rendering too soon, I'm going to have a bad time. Because then I'll have to, like, put everything into the proper spots, and it takes a while to render things, and then if I have to use Liquify to move things around again, that's going to make everything blurry, so I have to render it again, and that would just be unfortunate, so gotta make sure everything is where it needs to go before I really start any cleaning up. And that everything is exactly the way I want it. Sometimes I just want to jump into cleaning way too soon. Because cleaning is when things really start to look good, so it can feel pretty good to just jump right in. But I must resist. Very important. Okay, so I'm gonna just poke at proportion a little bit again. Try to get her chest and stomach area the way I want it. And I'm leaving the hair on for now. I might need to hide it, but for now, I will keep it. just for now. Just want her back to be a little bit more, like, arched. And I think that will make things look nice. I gotta keep that pose energy, you know? Okay. Seems alright. Is her upper leg too short? Or rather, the lower leg too long? Let's clear the foreground, and I wish to compare these. I think it is, so I'm just going to go into the body layer itself. I'm going to grab all of this, because I rather like the shape of the calf that I have here, and I'm going to slide it down her leg a little bit. And then I will go down and adjust all of those layers accordingly. So first I need to find her leg. There's her leg. We attach it. Okay. Then I find the overalls and attach things there. Just reconnect everything. Easy peasy. Okay, and that's a little bit better. They're looking more the same size. Once again, I'm not quite sure that foot pose actually makes sense, but it's fine. I don't know. I say it's fine, but is it actually fine? Maybe I should have it more like her toes are the part hitting the paint. Yeah, that actually looks pretty good, and it makes more sense with the angle that I have the leg at. So sure, I'll do it like that. Looks good to me. She's spinning on her toes now. Okay. Like I said, I might need a little bit more vertical space, but I'll leave it like this for now. Okay, anything else I need to adjust here? Perspective on that is wrong, but I'm not really concerned with it for the time being. Okay, nope, I think we're looking good. So let's see, there's gonna be some little silver clasps holding the overalls shut. So let's draw those now. Let's see, what color is appropriate? It's just a gray color, so... Oh yeah, that's right, I was gonna draw the thing on the leg there. That's why I was so focused on her legs, but... Oh well. Guess I'm doing this now. I've already got the color picked. So they just got a shape like... They're kind of round. Kind of round. And then there's like a little bit on the overall part itself. And then a... that's a little bit too close. And then a buckle kind of connecting them like this. Yes? Close enough. Oh. No, it got renamed. That explains why, when I was hitting B, it was not doing anything. It was trying to rename the layer. Okay. I think that's fine. For now. I guess I'll go ahead and get her little buttons. So we got a couple of little flare here. Just one right here. And then a more white one right below it. And I'll draw the little symbols inside of them later. There we go. Okay, and now I can draw the thigh strap. Now we can draw that. Okay. And then the little pouch holding her paintbrushes is just hanging out the side of her leg, which is going to be right here in this pose. Actually, I think I will draw them on separate layers. Just make my life a little bit easier when it comes time to clean them. You can see right now my shading on her leg looks very square, but that's just so I can very easily picture her front and back. When the time comes to clean this up, it will look more round. Some people swear by cylinders, I do not. I prefer just to make them rectangles. It makes it easier for me to tell which side is facing which direction. So I have come to find that my ability to picture these things has gotten much better since I ditched spheres and cylinders and made everything squares instead. But that is just what worked for me. Some people have great luck with spheres and cylinders. I am just not one of them. Okay, there we go. I'm actually going to rename you to Leg Strap. And I won't draw the paintbrushes that are in this little pouch yet. Some of the details I'm drawing now, some of them I am not. It basically just comes down to, do they help me see the structure of the body yet or not? And if they don't, I don't draw them yet. Their details are a little bit too small. I actually think you should face this way. Yes. Okay. Okay, and that is completely covered, so I don't have to worry about it. Nice. But I only know that because I drew it. So, and once I change the shape of all of this paint stuff, I'll know if it's at all relevant. Let's see, are there any other details I need to get down for now? I should probably get at least the split color on her hairband. But I won't draw the pattern on it yet. But on her hairband, half of it is pink and half of it is green. So let me put the green half in. There we go. And green half. I think I will have it wrap around her hair a little bit more nicely here. There we go. Anything else? I'm not going to put any of the other colors in her hair yet. She does have a little ribbon on her side ponytail, but I do not think it shows at the angle that I've drawn it in. Oh, speaking of which, I never put it back, did I? When I messed around with the back of her hair here. No, I didn't. So, yeah, it's just chilling way out in outer space at this point, so I'm just going to draw a new one. Come on. Draw my things. There we go. Gotta make this more spinny. Very important. I want some loose hair. I'm probably going to erase some of it later, but I want it there. I need the energy. I feed off the energy. Okay. Okay. I felt that was a little bit too low. So I'm raising it back up there. Where that goes is elusive to me. Something about her torso feels large. Let's get rid of the foreground and her hair again, and I will take a look at all that. Yeah, her hair is about the same size of her head as her head. So I think I have that right. What is making her torso look large? Okay, I think part of it is the shoulder. So if I move her sleeve... Where did I put her sleeve anyway? It's with the shirt layer, right? Yes, yes it is. Move her sleeve just a little bit closer to her. And then move the hand a little bit closer to her. Okay, I need to hide the paint splash too. And then turn this into an arm. Probably just got all out of whack when I tucked in her body here again. But see, this is why I very much have to resist going in and rendering things. Because, man, proportions are hard. Just getting all that right and making sure I'm actually happy with how things look. It's hard, man. Clear out some of that, and I'm gonna go back to my sleeve layer. Kinda push her shoulder in a little bit more. Okay, and then I think I need her shirt to come up a little bit more. Okay. And I want to attach her hand a little better. Okay. Okay. Does her torso feel a little bit better now? Alright, how does her shirt tuck anyway? It is just tucked in, but it's very loose. So I'm wondering if getting that will make things feel a little bit more correct. Like, I'm not worried about the folds of her shirt at all yet. You notice that I have not drawn any of them on her... on the main character here yet. But sometimes getting the outer folds... Oh, I drew on the wrong layer. You know what? I'll merge these together now. But sometimes getting those folds to make her shirt look a little bit less tight can actually help me figure out where everything else is supposed to go. Because, like, if she seems a little bit thick in certain places, then seeing those thick folds will make it look like, oh yes, her shirt is just hanging off of her, and so this is fine. Whereas if I don't have that, then I can't see that. Okay, does her body still seem thick? I don't think so. Torso looks like it's doing a bit better. Okay. Let's see here. I'm gonna go do a little bit of work on her back hand now. Just a little bit, just enough to show that it's a hand. And make sure it's actually properly connected. Kinda get a hand pose in now. Because right now I feel like it's a little bit thick, little bit chunky. So let's just kind of get some fingers in there and all of that. Get some tiny little fingers. Little thumb sticking out there. Not gonna spend very long on this yet. That'll come later, but I want to get the gist of what I intend to put here. So that's gonna be some fingers just kind of going out. Having a good time. Being nice and curved kind of in this direction. Kind of splayed out, and I think I would like to make this a little bit narrower. Yes. And we'll give her a wrist. Wrists are important, right? I'll attach the back arm once I kind of feel like the shape of the wrist is where I want it to be. Give her some little baby fingers here. They're not quite moving the way that I want them to, so I'm gonna put a little bit more effort into them. Little bit more effort. Okay, and that seems pretty all right. Okay, I think that's about what I want out of that hand. So reattach it to this arm here. And attach this arm to her shoulder. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. That is attached to the shoulder. It might not look like it, but it's just angle shenanigans. So I'm pretty sure this is right. And then there will be a puffy little bracelet around here. And I'll go ahead and make it puffy. Puff, 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 puff. Perfect. Let's give it one more puff here. There we go. Nice and puffy. Okay. And then I want to make sure that it looks like her shirt is kind of hanging off her chest and going back there. Because this one, this side hangs off her shoulder. Kind of like that. And I just want to give it some thickness, but it is only kind of hanging off there. Or maybe I should just embrace it and let it hang off a lot. Actually, yeah, that looks way better. And then I can put a dark spot here where it kind of will wrap around. Yeah, that looks way better. Okay, we leave it like that. Okay, let's turn the layers back on and... I want this to be a little bit bigger. Like the perspective isn't that extreme anymore. Yeah, I'm gonna make it bigger. Where's her back arm again? We make it a little bit larger. I'm just deciding what kind of angle I want on it. Okay. No. I just drew the hand wrong. I will try that again. Okay. So, with the way the hand is... what I want it to actually do is we have, like, the back of the palm here. Palm's gonna go this way. And then the fingers kind of come out of it like this. With the thumb out on this side. The other hand I had looked fine, but it just wasn't quite what I was going for. I think this will be closer to what I actually want to happen. And then it'll all kind of come into the wrist over here. Okay, there we go. That looks a little bit more foreshortened, so... I think that'll end up going where I want it to go a little bit more. I do think that the arm needs to be a little bit larger. I do. But... yes. About the only way I could have done that better is if I could figure out how to raise her fingers, but this is fine. This is mostly going to be covered up by hair, so I don't want to spend a lot of time on it, but it is too small. That part is still true, and that is large. Okay, and this is not the right angle, but I just wanted to fix a couple of things there, and while I hunt for it. No, this isn't doing what I want either. Okay. Perspective tool, save me. I still don't like it. Okay, I'm just gonna draw an entirely new thing here. The bracelet gets to live. So we're just gonna give her an arm, and I'm gonna put the hand... no, I don't like that. I still want it to go toward the back, I think. So I'm a scribble. I'm a scribble. And I hope that will let me get what I want here. Okay, this is promising. Kind of what I was trying to do the first time, but I couldn't quite get it right. But now I think I'm fine with the angle being a little bit more like this. I just want it to look like the arm is going into the back and it's kind of behind her. Okay, no, I think this is working. We'll see how I feel about it in 5 minutes, but for now, I think this is okay. She has slightly more of a hand. So it is a start. Okay, I don't think it looks disproportionate and terrible right now, so I'll leave it there. Let's go ahead and get the foreground back. Alright, am I satisfied with composition, proportions, and all of these things? Mostly. Let's go ahead and actually get the right color on this paintbrush. It's just gonna be white, so I guess I'll steal the same white from elsewhere. And then this guy's gonna be the same color as this. The base of the paintbrush. Pink is fine. And her fingernails are going to be pink. I will use this pink. There we go. These will get fingernails eventually, but I'm not quite ready for it. Her facial features will get different colors, but again, I don't think I'm quite ready for it. I think doing this in black is fine since her hair is so light. I'm gonna need to find a nice dark white in order to make that work. Let's see, is there anything else? Anything else that I feel like needs to change compositionally before I start going into details here? Yeah, I have all the major features of her character design down. I just don't have, like, the paint blobs. Oh, and she does have a little hair clip. I guess I should draw that, too. Let me see. Looks like an artist's palette. Yes. Let's see, where does that sit on her head? Kinda on the long bang here. So probably like right about here. I got this little duder. I'll just draw a circle and then hollow out the bottom here. Okay, rough, but fine. It'll show me where it is. Okay. And then... yeah, I guess I will get started on... where the little paint thingies in her pocket are. So there's just gonna be like a bunch of little squares here. We only see a couple of them. Okay, seems fine. I will draw the details on them a little bit later. Let me give them their little temporary straps. By just erasing things. We don't actually see her back or anything, so I don't have to worry about anything on the back there, and... okay. I think I got everything down. Everything that I'm gonna do right now, like all the stitching on the overalls, I'm gonna do at the end. That's a little bit too much for now, especially since they're so small. Yeah, I think I'm good there. So next time I'll see how I feel about the proportions and everything. I'm still not sure if they're right. But I'm feeling pretty okay about what I've got here. Let me take one more look without everything on. Because we got about the halfway point of the body, probably like here. So if anything, Her lower body might be a little bit too small now. Is her head big? Maybe a little. Yeah, only a little. Okay. The size of this hand seems fine. The size of this hand seems fine for what I'm doing with it. And actually, this actually feels pretty attached now. And it does feel like it's coming out. Gonna slide the brush tip back just a little and fix the brush base accordingly. This hand is still completely wrong, but it is fine for now. At some point, I'll have to go out and draw all those fingers, but I think that's a problem for my future self. I like the location of the sleeve and where it's opening. That seems perfect. I think I have the distance from chest to start of the overalls right now. The legs seem fine. Yeah. Okay, I think we're good. I think I've gotten everything ready, and now I can start adding, like, all the proper shading and whatnot. I can start making the foreground look like paint, and then I can get proper colors and the start of clothing folds and stuff onto her body. I mean, I have some shading just because I needed it, but it's not everywhere yet. And yeah, we're going. So hopefully next time I'll be able to actually, like, start rendering her face. Wouldn't that be fantastic? I'm looking forward to it. But I think that this is where I will stop for today. So, thank you all for coming. And I hope you're able to make something wonderful today. I will see you all tomorrow.